In this exercise, we're gonna put red light, green light into action. Red light, green light. When you hear red light, green light, what automatically comes to mind? Anybody throw something out? Street lights. Yeah, right? Driving my car, what was that? Go. Yep. Stop and go. Stop and go, right? Thinking about driving your car. You hit a red light, green light, you go. But what happens sometimes is that when we hit that red light, we may think that we want to go in another direction, but we can't back up because there's cars behind us. So we have to continue to go forward and then find another opportunity to take that same turn, right? So think about red light, green light in this exercise in that sense, right? What we want to do in this exercise is continue to move forward. When I was coming up as a young kid, there were some games that we used to play. These video games were like Q*bert, where this little action figure would jump from box to box, but they could never go back because that box disappeared. Or you think about like Mario Brothers, right? Mario's jumping from box to box. And by the way, like I never in my life beat Mario Brothers, like admittedly. But he would jump from brick to brick, right? And sometimes he couldn't go back, or sometimes he would jump on a brick and that brick would fall down and he had to jump to the next one and he couldn't go back because that brick was no longer there, right? So he didn't have the opportunity to go back and reset on that same brick. And sometimes in life, like we can't go back and adjust from where we were. We just have to continue to drive forward. So in red light, green light, our objective is to continue to move forward and find an opportunity to get to our same objective, all right? So in this exercise, it's gonna require a participant, okay? So Patrick, in a second, you're gonna help me out with red light, green light, okay? But let me explain some rules here. Everything that's been in play all day long will continue to be in play. I will have your back and you will have my back, okay? We will agree with one another, and in this sense, in this game, remembering that agreeing is that I'm agreeing to move forward or you're agreeing to move forward in the scene, okay? And also, invite the laughter in, all right? Appropriate laughter, laugh with, not at, all right? I can see the smile on his face. He's ready, he's so ready. So that is the game or the exercise, red light, green light. But I really want you to think about this exercise as we go through. And I want you to try and connect to the moments in your life where you might have been told no. Right? I can think of so many moments in my life when I've been told no, or when I thought that I had a clear direction and a clear path, and then everything got messed up. Right? I remember going through college and I thought I had a clear path ahead of me on the degree that I wanted to attain. And then what happened? I failed a couple courses. I had to retake a couple of courses. And eventually I had to course correct and figure out a different path because that opportunity was no longer available to me. So there are key moments that happen in our life where we're gonna get told no. And we have to figure out how we continue to move forward to get to our objective after being told no. Additionally, what I want you to consider too, and what I really want you to kind of focus in on, is how we're delivering our no's and our yeses in red light, green light. Because that's so important. Sometimes we hear no, the way that we hear it may not be the way that the person is delivering it to us, right? So what kind of mind state are we coming into this situation with, right? How are we entering into this space? Are we already walking in thinking that we're gonna hear a no? Are we walking in thinking that we're gonna hear a yes, and then we get told no? Right, so we might hear it differently. And sometimes the person on the other side, they may be in a position where all they've ever done was give no's, right? So it just may be mundane for them. No, 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 no. But it's all about how you receive it, okay? Because a hard lesson is that we're gonna get a lot of no's in our life. And it's about how we can receive that no and then look at that as an opportunity to go in a different direction. Okay? So Patrick, for this exercise, red light, green light, it's gonna be you and me, okay? And what you're gonna do in a second is you're just gonna ask me a question. You're gonna say, Jason, tell me about your day, okay? And this is practice right now. I want everybody to say yes.
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 All together now. Everybody say yes.
Yes.
Now say no.
No.
And team, this is very important. Make sure that your team communicates to you an affirmative yes and affirmative no. Because what we don't want in this exercise is a nah or a yeah. We want that affirmation on the yes and the affirmation on the no. Okay? So those are our two words, right? So when you ask me a question, right, when you say, Jason, tell me about your day, and I'm gonna start to tell you about my day. And after every statement, you're gonna say yes to affirm that I will continue down that path, or you're gonna say no. And if you say no, I can't go back to where I just was, right? So say, Jason, tell me about your day.
Mr. Jason, tell me about your day.
Well, I woke up at 7 a.m. this morning
Yes.
and I had a big plate of bacon and eggs.
Yes.
And with those bacon and eggs, I had a side of waffles.
Yes.
And on those waffles, I had strawberries and bananas.
No.
So, for practice purposes, I'm not gonna go back and say, I did not have waffles with strawberries and bananas. I can stay in this setting and I'll say, on those waffles, I had chocolate chips. So I'll just take it in a different direction, okay? But I'm not just gonna go back to the strawberries and bananas. Is everybody following that? Okay, okay. So Patrick, I want you to ask me about how my day was.
Yeah. Jason, how was your day?
So I woke up this morning at 7 a.m. and I worked out.
Yes.
And after I worked out, I had a big plate of waffles.
Yes.
And on those waffles, I had chocolate chips.
Yes.
And on those chocolate chips, I had whipped cream.
No.
On those chocolate chips, I had syrup.
Yes.
And once I finished my waffles, I decided that I wasn't satisfied with my workout, so I went and did another workout.
Yes.
And what I really decided to do this time was go swimming.
No.
Actually, I decided to go on a 3-mile run.
Yes.
And after that run, I felt exhausted, so I took a nap.
Yes.
And I took a nap and I realized that I totally missed my alarm clock.
No.
And
No.
I couldn't take a nap. And so I actually went to my room and I took a shower.
Yes.
And I walked out and I realized that I left my luggage at the airport.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you very much, Patrick. Clap it up for Patrick here. All right, so now, Patrick, what we're gonna do is we're gonna reverse the roles, okay? So you're going to come up here and I'm going to ask you how your day was. And what I really want you to lean into here is that I'm gonna give you fast yeses and fast nos, okay? So that's gonna require you to think quickly on your feet and be witty and stay in it, okay? And continue to move forward after those yeses and those nos, all right? Okay? All right, Patrick, so let's switch it here. Clap it up for Patrick, everyone, yeah? All right, so I'm gonna come at you fast and furious right now.
Let's do it.
All right, so Patrick, tell me about your day.
Oh, my day. So I got started, jumped up in the morning, and I said,
Yes.
ooh, what time is it? Ooh, it's 6:30. A little
Yes.
early. Went back to bed.
No.
Nope. Got up immediately, and I said, this is my day.
Yes.
And I took it. And
Yes.
I took it. So started with a little run.
Yes.
Took a little run outside. It was raining, though.
No.
And it was beautiful out.
Yes.
And so I really enjoyed it. Got a little tan in the morning.
Yes.
You know, a little early for a tan. But then came back, had my protein shake. You need your
Yes.
protein. And it was chocolate. It was
No.
chocolate. Vanilla. Vanilla's my favorite.
Yes.
And so it started very powerful this morning.
Yes.
And then I said, okay, what do I want to do? And I called a few buddies, and
No.
we don't have friends.
Yes.
Don't have them. I'm looking for them though.
Yes.
So I went on Craigslist.
Yes.
And there was someone there looking for a friend.
Yes.
So we met up. We grabbed a cup of coffee.
No.
We actually went spelunking.
Yes.
We went spelunking, and you meet someone on Craigslist who wants to go spelunking. So I'm feeling kind of lucky today.
Yes. Yes. And
And-
see, clap it up for Patrick, everybody. Yes. Very good. Stay right here with me. Stay right here with me. Stay right here with me. So, clap it up for Patrick, everybody. Like, he was very, very innovative and very creative like we went from getting coffee all the way to spelunking. So I thought that was very thoughtful and creative of you. How did it feel for you when you received the no?
Honestly, it was just like a changed gear. It was like just shifting the energy a little bit, which was cool. It was like a pause.
Yeah. How did you hear the no?
I heard it in a more just like kind of changing gears. So it was
positive? Was it
positive.
encouraging?
Yeah, it was
Yep,
it was encouraging.
perhaps.
It was, hey, let's go in another direction. That's how I
Yeah.
took it.
Very good, very good. Any observations from you guys on?
I feel like the no can be taken as, let me challenge you to change your path.
Yeah, in a positive way. Probably, I'm challenging you to change your path because I know that you have more to deliver, right?
Yeah, I saw that. That was, thank you. That was like,
Very good. Great
Awesome.
job, Patrick. Very good. Go ahead.
Appreciate
take a seat. Yep, absolutely. Very nice, very creative. I like that exercise because it allows us to like think quickly on our feet, be witty, invite laughter into the space. Yeah. So a lot of times we realize, especially here, that we have to change direction quickly. And whatever was there before might not exist anymore. So what is the next step for me? What is the next direction? What is the next, where's the next turn taking me? And sometimes we have to think about that quickly. I think about my time in the military. One of the things that our instructors and sergeants would say all the time is Semper Gumby, which stems from Semper Fi, means always faithful in the Marine Corps. So they would then say Semper Gumby and interpret that as always flexible, always adaptable, always ready and willing to change. Another thing that they would say is adapt and overcome. So if you know you can't go back to where you just came from, how are you going to adapt so that you can still meet your objective, right? So Semper Gumby was always flexible, be ready to move, hurry up. Sometimes we got to get to a place and then, all of a sudden, nope, we're not going to go there. We're going to go here, all right? Pick our gear up, let's go. We're heading in a different direction. And you just be ready to adapt and overcome. And you can't go back to where you previously were, okay? So that's red light, green light. And what I really want to do now is hear from you guys on this concept of hearing no, how you might have received no's in the past, how you might have interpreted the no then, and how you might think differently about hearing a no now, and how you might deliver a no differently. You may be in a position where you have to tell somebody no. And how do you want that person on the other side to feel when you give them the no? Encouraging, still empowered to move forward and adapt to the changes and see that change as a new opportunity. So let's go ahead and huddle up and discuss red light, green light.